basically we're there, you know, pumping the sub, and then we see a police car.
And the second you see a police car, boom, you press the pause button and like you completely stop the subwoofer.
Yo, what is up lads? My name is Kram. Welcome back to my channel, Kram Plus. Now in today's video, I have a banger for you. This is the first of many in my new series that I will be posting weekly, and I'm going to call it Storytime. I know, very original, but yeah, basically I thought, why not do some Storytime? I've got many amazing stories to tell you guys, so I'm going to be uploading weekly. So if you're new here, I strongly suggest you hit that subscribe button and turn on the bell icon. And without further ado, you clicked on this video because you saw the title and the thumbnail. And yes, I did get pulled over by police, and yes, it was scary, and I'm going to be explaining what happened, and basically I'm just going to get straight into it. So, for first things first, I have a car, okay, and I'm on my P plates. Now, if you don't know what P plates mean, in Australia anyway, if you're a P plater, generally it will mean you're a teenager, and teenagers tend to do silly things in the car. Me personally, I don't do many silly things, but P plates will generally be a big target for police because they see a P plate on the car and they think, oh, that's a teenager, he's going to do something stupid or something illegal. So basically that's the first thing. The second thing is I do have a car. Here it is. It is absolutely beautiful. It's a Lexus IS200, but more importantly, I have subwoofers in the boot. And they pump absolutely loud. And basically, me and my mates, I had me and my friend Manoli in the passenger seat and my friend Jared in the back seat, and we were just cruising around town. Like, it was a Friday or Saturday night. I think it was a Saturday night, and we were just cruising around town. There was some like cool stuff going on around town, and we thought, okay, we're gonna drive around town and like pump the subwoofers and just like have an awesome time. And everything was going great. We were doing a couple blockies. Now we're only allowed to do 3 blockies, otherwise we are breaking the hooning laws. So this was like our second block round, and basically we're there, you know, pumping the sub, and then we see a police car. And the second you see a police car, boom, you press the pause button, and like you completely stop the subwoofers. Now, luckily I saw the police car in the distance, so it was like quite a far way away, so I stopped it well in time. But more importantly, and you do have to remember this for later on in the story, but basically I farted in the car whilst I was driving. I'm just driving, and like boom, boom, because I farted. And then my mate Manoli's like, oh mate, that stinks, you know what I mean, right, like that. That's literally it, for like 2 seconds, right? Just remember that action.
Oh mate, that stinks.
Now, we're driving, we go past the cop, and he pulls out behind me. And I'm like, alright, here we go lads. Now we can't continue doing blockies. Because if we continue to do blockies, then he's just going to catch us with hooning laws. So I thought, alright, it's time to exit the city. It's time to go on a Macca's Mish. So I thought, alright, we'll go to McDonald's, we'll go buy a drink. And I thought, the cop's going to follow me around town until I get out. And the second he has a chance to pull me over, it's going to happen. And like that's just what I felt whilst I was driving. So I'm here, all sensible, like doing like a little bit under the speed limit, like, you know, I'm just saying to my friends, like, you know, don't look behind you, you know, right? So we're just driving. The second we pull out of the city, and there's like a bit of a part on the side of the road, boom, sirens come on, cops pull us over. And I thought, alright, here we go, it's fine. I haven't broken any rules, right? I haven't broken any laws. So yeah, the cop pulls me over. He comes up to the window, he goes, yeah mate, just license check and random breath test. I said, yeah, sure, no worries. Hand in my license. Now at this point, just keep in mind, I have my license, obviously. My mate in the back, he's got a student ID card as he goes to the same college as me. My mate in the left-hand side next to me in the passenger side, he doesn't have any ID because his school doesn't do student IDs. But yeah, anyway, so the cop takes my license, has a look at it, goes back to the car, And whilst he's back at the car, on the other side of the road, I see a couple mates from college that recognise me, and they were drunk off their face. And that's how you got the photo for the thumbnail as well. They're like, "Is that Sam?" "No, that's not Sam. Oh, is you trouble, bro?" Right, and they're pissed off their face. Like, they're super drunk, hanging around town, right? So they took a million photos of the car, and he comes up to the window, my drunk mate, and I'm like, fucking piss off, you know what I mean? Like, this was scary stuff. And anyway, at this point, the cop comes back to my window, and he's like, "Here's your license back, Sam." This is the moment everything went wrong. I'm thinking, alright, what's next? He walks around the car to the other side of the car where my mate is, right? My mate Manoli. He goes, "You got a new ID, mate?" I'm thinking, what? I'm like, and my mate Manoli's just like, "No." And then my mate in the back seat, he's like, "Oh, I've got my ID," right? Because my mate in the back seat had his ID. I had my ID, but my mate next to me didn't have any ID. As I said, his school doesn't do it. So, Manoli's just like, "No, I've got no ID." And then the cop's like, "What, you have no ID at all?" And then at this point, I just step in. I'm like, "Oh, his name's Manoli Maracas. He's probably on the thing up there, you know." And then the cop's just like, "No, I only want this guy's ID. You looked at me funny with a ballot, like, you know, with your, like, the thing, when he did this, when I farted in the car, the cop thought he was, like, trying to, like, smuggle something, man. Like, he was, like, full-on picking on Manoli. Like, me and my mate Jared, we're completely fine. Like, the cop literally just wanted Manoli for that 2 seconds. He went like this when I farted. And the funny thing is, we didn't even realise, like, I don't even know how the cop could have seen it, but he saw it. Like, this guy had hawk eyes, bro. But anyway, the cop's just like to Manoli, "Oh yeah, why'd you look at me funny with your hoodie over your nose?" And Manoli's just like, and then I'm just really quickly, I'm just like, "Oh, I farted." He was just like blocking my fart, you know what I mean, right? And then the cop's like, "Yeah, right. What's in your bag, mate?" Because Manoli's got like a bag in front of him. And Manoli's just like, "Nothing." Like, he opened his bag and there's nothing in the bag because Manoli didn't have anything in the bag. And at this point, me and my mate Jared are both thinking the same thing. We're thinking, "Oh, crap, here comes a car search." Like, he's going to want to search the whole car for, like, frickin' drugs or something, which he could have done because there was nothing in the car, obviously. But that's what me and my mate felt, because the cop's just like, "So nothing in the bag at all." And then I was just like, "No." And then at this point, as I said, we're thinking, "Oh, here comes the car search, right, blah, blah." He walks back up to his car, right? He said something on the police radio thing. Comes back to my car, he goes, "Alright, Sam, you have a good night. You're free to go." And then that was it. And then we drove off. And for the next half hour after we drove off, we're thinking, what the hell just happened? Like, bro, you get pulled over by police, the heart just starts pumping like boof, boof, boof. Like, because, yeah, you got an adrenaline kick in here. Like, I knew I'd done nothing wrong, but there was a cop in my face trying to somehow arrest my friend because he had no ID, but then he didn't bother. And then my other friend in the back's just like, "Oh, chill." So yeah, it was a scary experience. It was the first time ever that I'd been pulled up by police. And can I just say also, he didn't even bother random breath testing me. Like, he literally said, "License check and breath test, mate." And he didn't even breath test me, so I don't know. He obviously could tell that I wasn't drunk because I don't drink. So, but yeah. Anyway, that's the story time I had for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you want to hear more about the exciting events that have happened throughout my life, and hopefully more to come, feel free to hit that subscribe button, turn on the notification bell icon. I am uploading every Friday or Saturday now on this channel. For 2019, I wanted to make sure, you know, I put in an effort for this YouTube channel. I get some videos out for you guys, and I thought, what better way to do that than to connect with you guys and put out some story times. So yeah, without further ado, guys, thank you so much for watching. Until next time, you guys have an absolutely lovely day. My name is Kram, and I'll see you lads in the next video.